The foundation of every state is the education of its youth. Stand a little less between me and the sun. He has the most who is most content with the least. There is only a finger's difference between a wise man and a fool. I know nothing, except the fact of my ignorance. Of what use is a philosopher who doesn't hurt anybody's feelings? No man is hurt but by himself. Man is the most intelligent of the animals, and the most silly. Dogs and philosophers do the greatest good and get the fewest rewards. I threw my cup away when I saw a child drinking from his hands at the trough. When I look upon seamen, men of science and philosophers, man is the wisest of all beings. When I look upon priests and prophets, nothing is as contemptible as man. I am called a dog because I fawn on those who give me anything, I yelp at those who refuse, and I set my teeth in rascals. The vine bears 3 kinds of grapes, the first of pleasure, the second of intoxication, the third of disgust. I do not know whether there are gods, but there ought to be. It takes a wise man to discover a wise man. The sun, too, shines into cesspools and is not polluted. Blushing is the color of virtue. Wise kings generally have wise counselors, and he must be a wise man himself who is capable of distinguishing one. The sun too penetrates into privies, but is not polluted by them. In a rich man's house there is no place to spit but his face. It is the privilege of the gods to want nothing, and of godlike men to want little. We have 2 ears and 1 tongue so that we would listen more and talk less. What I like to drink most is wine that belongs to others. Modesty is the color of virtue. The mob is the mother of tyrants. Why not whip the teacher when the pupil misbehaves? I have nothing to ask but that you would remove to the other side, that you may not, by intercepting the sunshine, take from me what you cannot give. The art of being a slave is to rule one's master. I am not an Athenian or a Greek, but a citizen of the world. A friend is one soul abiding in 2 bodies. The great thieves lead away the little thief. As a matter of self-preservation, a man needs good friends or ardent enemies, for the former instruct him and the latter take him to task. Those who have virtue always in their mouths, and neglect it in practice, are like a harp, which emits a sound pleasing to others, while itself is insensible of the music. Wise leaders generally have wise counselors because it takes a wise person themselves to distinguish them. It was a favorite expression of Theophrastus that time was the most valuable thing that a man could spend.